What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Racy Podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So today, guys, I want to speak to you about the It TV series. It is called Welcome to Derry. It's basically going to come out this month, and man, the trailer alone seems like it's going to be really good. Hopefully it is. And they have released the amount of time, how long they're actually planning on making these episodes. So basically, just going to be 5 episodes for the Welcome to Derry series. But they have released how long each episode is going to be. So I'm looking at right here from episode 1 and episode 5 only. They're going to be less than an hour. And the rest is going to be like an hour and 4 minutes, an hour and 3 minutes. That's great. Episode 1 is going to be 54 minutes, and episode 5 is 55 minutes long. That's pretty good, man. It's actually pretty good. We're actually going to get good content, hopefully, for this TV series. Stephen King, man, like I told you guys before, he has created lots of books, and most of them, they have been created into movies and TV shows, but mostly into movies. That's the cool thing about being a writer. Like, they just come to you and they ask you if they have the permission to actually create a movie out of your book, which is pretty awesome, man. Yeah. Welcome to Derry series is just a prequel to the It movies. I've seen the movies, I think probably maybe like twice. The first one, the one that came out in 2017, and the second one, part 2, I only saw it one time. It's good. I actually enjoyed the movies, but not like a lot of people, because there is always like a lot of content and there's always things to watch. I don't really rewatch it all the time. But the Welcome to Derry series intrigues me because it's a prequel to the actual It movies. So I wonder how they're going to connect this to the actual movies themselves. These movies, they've been out for almost close to 10 years already. The first one came out in 2017. Well, I'm not really speaking about the 90s one, but the newest ones, the one with Bill Skarsgård being Pennywise the clown, that one came out back in 2017, and yeah, he's gonna reprise his role as Pennywise. It'll be so different if somebody else took that role, man, because it'll be difficult to actually see anybody else play this role for a long time. So it's cool that he is reprising his role as Pennywise. And yeah, we are only going to get 5 episodes for the Welcome to Derry series. But hopefully it doesn't disappoint. And hopefully it is actually good, I've seen lots of movies created by Stephen King himself. I mean, like, he did create the books. And there's always been like directors asking him if they can make a movie out of his book. Like, I've seen the Carrie movie, I've seen The Long Walk, The Shining, Cujo, and also Salem's Lot. I think that one came out, maybe like a year or 2 ago. Yeah, there's been quite a few movies that I've seen based off of Stephen King's work. And they always turn out to be pretty good movies, to be honest. The newest one that's going to come out, I think around November time, is called The Running Man. This is probably going to be like his first movie ever that is not going to be based on horror. It's going to be just sci-fi related with adventure. That's basically the genre. And Glenn Powell, he is going to be starring in the lead role for this film. I'm actually quite excited because guess who is actually directing this movie? Edgar Wright. If you know who Edgar Wright is, This man, he is the guy who has created Shaun of the Dead, The World's End, Hot Fuzz, and also my favorite movie of all time has got to be Baby Driver. He knows how to direct the movie really well, and I just enjoy his work. Shaun of the Dead is a pretty funny movie, but Baby Driver is definitely my favorite movie of all time. Definitely is one of my favorites. And he's going to direct The Running Man. So yeah, let's see how that one actually turns out. To be honest, when I saw the trailer for The Running Man, he seems like a bit weird, But hopefully it is an entertaining movie. It looks entertaining, but hopefully it does lives up to the hype. Because, Glenn Powell, he just started to get like lead roles out of nowhere. Well, probably this guy has been working on his acting chops for a very long period of time, and he's finally getting the payoff that he always wanted. So that's great, man. That's great for him that he's going to be in the Running Man movie. Like, he recently came out on that Twisters movie. To be honest, that wasn't my favorite one from the Twisters series. I think the original one was still better. And he also came out on that Top Gun movie, I believe. He came on Top Gun Maverick. I probably might be wrong on that one. I think I'm probably wrong on that one. And he also came out in another movie with Sydney Sweeney. I forgot the name of it, but I did remember seeing it, and yeah, it was a fine movie. It's not bad. But yeah, he's gonna be in that movie, The Running Man. Hopefully it is a good one. But going back to Stephen King, yeah, this man has created a lot of books, and they have been created into movies. His best-selling work, I believe, has got to be the It movies, the It books. People could argue that probably it is The Shining. I feel like that's his greatest work that he has created ever. The second one has got to be The Shining. But since they're still continuing on making more of the It movies and also now a TV show, it has been his greatest work that he has created. And I'm sure he actually did help create the Welcome to Derry series. Yeah. I'm giving out my opinion, but I feel like, yeah, it has got to be his best work that he has created. And also Carrie. Those are basically like his top three. It, Carrie, and The Shining. Yeah, I am looking forward to watching the TV show. Hopefully it doesn't turn out to be bad. But you don't know, man. You don't know with these TV shows nowadays. They could be very dialogue heavy and might not give you that much action. But I'm expecting a mix of them giving you dialogue and showing you like pretty scary parts for this TV show. Hopefully it does turn out pretty good, man. I'm excited. The Welcome to Derry series is gonna come out around somewhere around the ending of October. I'm not really sure the actual date, but I'm sure it is gonna come out this month. Not really sure of the actual date though. And it's just gonna be 5 episodes, Speaking of horror, guys, Stranger Things season 5. It says right here would reportedly cost a total of $460 million, more than the Avengers Endgame, which was $356 million. Netflix spent between $50 to $60 million per episode. Wow. It's pretty expensive, isn't it? These episodes, there's basically like watching one movie per episode, man. It says right here, between 90 to 120 minutes each episode is going to take watching. And also, like I mentioned, the budget per episode was $50 to $60 million. Yeah, man. That's so insane. They have put a lot of money on this last series for the Stranger Things. And hopefully it does pay off, man, because it's been such a long time, man. This show has been going on since 2016. And it has taken at least 9 years to actually make this whole show with only 5 seasons. You know, every single year when the TV show Smallville came out, there was always one season per year. They made 10 seasons of that TV show with 10 years on the line. But now, for Stranger Things, they mostly try to focus on quality over quantity. Not saying that Smallville weren't good episodes. They were great, to be honest. And each season had about like 22 to 23 episodes per season. And we only get about 8 episodes per season for Stranger Things, which kind of does suck, man. I feel like it would have been awesome if they focused more on more quality episodes, you know. It would have been cool if we had gotten at least 16 episodes per season. Then I will be fine with that. But just 8 episodes? They're taking such a long periods of time to just create 8 episodes. But that's a good thing that they're saying that it's going to be 90 to 120 minutes long per episode. I feel like, yeah, that's great for them. But like most shows nowadays, they only make it to 8 episodes per season. Like I already mentioned before, the Welcome to Derry series, it's only going to be 5 episodes. It should be at least maybe like 12 to 16 episodes. But no, we're only getting 5 for the Welcome to Derry series. That's all I'm really saying. I feel like shows, they should just focus more on creating more episodes, you know. But they try to focus more on the quality aspect, which is good. But I feel like the quantity is better than actual quality. It's still pretty good, man. Like I remember the Flash episodes, all those effects they use for the Flash, they were still so great back then. In like, I think it was like 22 to 23 episodes per season. Yeah, they still look badass. And I feel like they have that technology, but I feel like they're not willing to actually create more episodes like that, you know. But it is what it is, man. Stranger Things, each episode is going to be 90 to 120 minutes long. Over a whole hour. So yeah, hopefully that season 5, it pays out, man, because it will suck if people are disappointed on it. It is the last season for Stranger Things season 5. The kids have grown up and they're no longer kids. They're basically like in their early 20s now. So crazy. And the last thing I want to speak to you guys is about the Black Phone 2 movie. It says right here that Rotten Tomatoes has given this movie an 81% from the critics side. That movie is actually going to come out next week, and from the trailers alone, man, that movie seems very intriguing. It seems like it's going to be way better than the first one. I feel like the first one was a bit overhyped, you know? And to me, it really wasn't that great. But the Black Phone 2, I feel like giving the grabber as like superpowers, like Freddy Krueger in a way, I think that's good. It's awesome that he's actually getting like superpowers like that. And let's see how they continue the storyline. We know that the grabber supposedly is gone. I think maybe he isn't, or maybe he is. We'll find out on the Black Phone 2 movie. It seems like it's gonna be a great movie, and that's why I'm interested in seeing where they go with this franchise. I'm sure they are going to make a franchise out of this, and they might even make 5 movies. We will see how it turns out, man. But yeah, that one actually looks pretty legit, you know. And yeah, guys, that is it for this podcast. Hey, thank you so much for listening. If you guys did made it this far, make sure to follow this podcast on whichever platform you are listening to it. If you are listening to it on Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, make sure to follow it and also recommend this podcast to a friend or a neighbor that actually likes listening to stuff about horror stuff. Maybe they will enjoy this podcast as much as you do. And yeah, guys, and that is it. Take care and live to the fullest. Bye.